welcome back to another deck profile. Today we're looking at Bikini Atoll, which is the collaboration between Konami and SpongeBob. Just like the Magic the Gathering one, theirs is getting ready to come out. This is an OCG preview of what we're going to get in the TCG here. So without further ado, we'll just jump right into it. I went ahead already and made like a Bikini Atoll themed or Bikini Bottom themed deck box, which I'm pretty proud of. But yeah, let's just jump right into this. So for starters, we have, of course, Bikini Atoll Sponge. This guy is pretty good. So something that you need to know about all the Bikini Atoll monsters, they all are hard once per turns, and they all have on summon effects, and then they all have graveyard effects when they hit the graveyard, either sent to destroyed, sent to the graveyard. Usually the summon effect is something positive for you, and then the being sent to the graveyard is a negative effect for your opponent. So for Sponge's effect, if he's summoned, either special or normal, you can special summon one other Bikini Atoll monster from your hand. And if he's sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls and return it to the hand. And like I said, they're all hard once per turns. And we also play 3 of Bikini Atoll Starfish. If he is summoned, he can target one Bikini Atoll monster in the graveyard and special summon it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Then we are also playing Triple Crab as well. If this card is summoned, add one Bikini Atoll spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one spell and trap on the field and destroy it. We're also playing Bikini Atoll Squid. 3 of him as well. If this card is summoned, add one Bikini Atoll monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field and negate its effects. And for our last 3 of, we are playing 3 Bikini Atoll Jellyfish as well. If you control a water monster, so you can maybe splash this in another deck if you wanted to. You know, like mermails or something like that, or maybe sharks because he's a level 4. But he isn't a fish, so maybe something to play around with. You can special summon this card from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except for water monsters the turn you activate this effect. Also, if this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon this card in defense position, but you can only use that effect once per turn. So if you link him off or link summon, he'll just come right back. Once per turn, of course. And we play 2 Bikini Atoll Scuba Squirrel. If this card is summoned, special summon one Bikini Atoll level 4 token in attack position. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Bikini Atoll monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you can send some of the other ones to get their negative effects off for your opponent. Bikini Atoll Plankton. If this card is summoned, target one Bikini Atoll monster you control and double its attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster on your opponent's field and halve its attack. So attack gain for you, and then half attack for your opponent when it's sent. 2 Bikini Atoll Lobsters. If a water monster is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target one monster your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard. And our last level 4 is if this card is summoned, draw one card and then discard one card. So you might be able to go normal and then discard Squid to target one monster on the field and negate its effects, which is pretty good. And then you're still drawing another card for card advantage as well. If this card is sent to the graveyard, discard one random card from your opponent's hand. And we're playing 2 Bikini Atoll Giant Snails. This is our level 8, or one of our level 8s. You can discard one other card or one other Bikini Atoll monster. Special summon this card from your hand. When this card is summoned, target one monster your your opponent controls and equip it to this card and have it gain that monster's original attack. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, target one Bikini Atoll card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Little recursion from the giant snail. Bikini Atoll giant whale is the other level 8. You can discard one other Bikini Atoll monster, special summon this card from your hand, same thing as the giant snail. When this card is summoned, target one card on your opponent's field and shuffle it into the deck. And if it's sent to the graveyard, target one Bikini Atoll card in your graveyard and add it to your hand, same thing as giant snail. These two are pretty similar, being the level 8s. And that's it for the main deck. I'm trying to play it as pure as possible, but you can run some other stuff like Silent Sea Nettle if you wanted to, or maybe mix it with another deck or something. Yeah, that's totally viable. As well as hand trap it up. You know, you might be able to cut down some of these since they're pretty searchable. But I'm trying to play it as pure as possible. You could probably take these down to 1 each, these bottom row, and then maybe 2 each for these last 3. So something like that, if you wanted to make it more competitively viable. But that is it for the monsters. For the spells, we are playing, they have their own field spell, which is awesome. Bikini Atoll Lagoon. Bikini Atoll monsters you control gain 200 attack for each Bikini Atoll card you control, excluding this card. You can only use each of the following effects of Bikini Atoll once per turn. You can discard one card and you can discard one card and add one Bikini Atoll card from your deck to your hand. Pretty similar to the Planet Patrol field spell as well, Shipyard. And then if this card is in your graveyard, you can send one other card from your hand to the graveyard to set this card. Then we are playing 3 Bikini Atoll Secret Formulas. Send one Bikini Atoll card from your hand to the graveyard. Reveal 3 Bikini Atoll cards from your deck. Your opponent chooses one at random and adds that card to your hand and then sends the other 2 to the graveyard. So what you can do is, if you have these 2 in your hand, you can play Secret Formula, discard Sponge, add Starfish, Crab, and Jellyfish, and then shuffle the 3. Your opponent picks one at random. You get this one to your hand, and then these 2 also go to the graveyard, and then they get their effects off. So pretty good at 3. And we are also playing Bikini Atoll Chumming the Waters. Target 3 Bikini Atoll monsters in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. So you could also play Pot of Avarice, which does shuffle 5 and then draw 2, but this card is searchable, so that makes it a little more useful. Then we're playing the pretty standard Monster Reborn, 1 salvage, since most of them are targeted by that. Terraforming, Twin Twisters, Foolish Burial, and salvage. You can play, just Harpies or something, but Twin Twisters is kind of funny since you get the discard off of it, but you can also play just Harpies Feather Duster as well. And we're playing the 1 trap, Bikini Atoll Loss a Limb. Target 1 monster you control and destroy it, then target 1 monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So a little swap out, so you can kind of do something like this. There you go. If Starfish is on the field and one of your big ones are in the graveyard, you can activate Bikini Atoll Loss a Limb, send this one to the graveyard, get its negative effect, and then summon Giant Snail. Bigger attack, and then on the special summon, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and equip it to that card. Pretty good. That is it for the main deck. We'll move right on to the extra deck. We are playing 2 Bikini Atoll Silent Mantas. Just a standard level 8 with 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. I like that they made the extra deck pretty simple and just summoning in general in this deck, where it's not something super convoluted. You know, just they're all level 4s, and some of them are non-tuners, some of them are tuners, so they can be used for, as you'll see, all kinds of different summoning methods. It's very similar to Plunder Patrol. You can send one Bikini Atoll card to control, or in your hand, destroy one card your opponent controls. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon one level 4 or lower Bikini Atoll monster from your graveyard. And once again, hard once per turn. And then some of the other synchros that we have is Dragite and White Aura, of course. And we are playing 2 Bikini Atoll Toxic Bubbles. All other Bikini Atoll cards you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can detach one material from this card instead. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon one level 4 or lower Bikini Atoll monster from your graveyard. Very similar to Silent Manta. So if you have both of these, then you get battle protection, and then you get destroyed by card effect protection. Then we are playing our Link 2, Bikini Atoll Leviathan Worm. Once per turn, you can target up to 2 level 4 or lower Bikini Atoll monsters in graveyard, and then special summon them to the zones this card points to. And if he's sent to the graveyard, banish one card your opponent controls. So you can link 2, and then immediately get back those 2 materials. Level 4 or lower, of course. And then he allows you to immediately climb into your Bikini Atoll Lost Sailor. If this card is link summoned, you can target one Bikini Atoll monster in your graveyard and then special summon it. You can bring one of them back, like Silent Manta or Toxic Bubble, or one of your big ones if you use them to climb, like Giant Snail. And he has the effect that this monster can attack each of your opponent's monsters it points to once each battle phase. When this monster attacks a defense position monster, it also does piercing. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Bikini Atoll monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard and special summon this card back. The useful thing about him is that he can just keep bringing himself back out as long as you have material in your hand to keep doing so. But the thing is when he leaves the extra monster zone, he will go back into a main monster zone, which he won't be able to point to your opponent's monsters anymore. So after the first time he dies, he'll just be a big body at 34. And then we're playing the standard Link package here, where we have the 2 Coral Anemone, 2 Starboy, and 1 World Dragon Seas Atlantis. Obviously, you have the Coral Anemones Atlantis combo. You can also drop Starboy entirely or just at 1. But he works really well in this deck, especially if you want to boost up your Lost Sailor to just attack. But totally optional. And then, of course, in the Shonen Jump promo, we got our Bikini Atoll token. It was pretty special edition. The only bad thing about this deck is that it didn't come in any higher rarity other than commons. But it does make the deck cheap to pick up, so that's pretty nice too. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any ideas for the build. If you guys are trying to cross it with any other deck. I've seen a couple people build it in a couple different ways so far. And hopefully the TCG will come out with some new cards as well for this deck. But thanks for watching.